Welcome to another episode of the Urban Wall Street Project. I'm your host, Earl Christian III, of course. And today I have a very special show with some very special people who are close to me and dear to me. I'm talking about my young producers. Now, you know, Urban Wall Street, we want to spotlight some great accomplishments by African Americans, people doing positive things in the community. But we also want to showcase the talent from the youth, the next generation. So you're going to hear from them. And, you know, we've done some amazing things, some videos. They're representing the Academy for Social Action. And they're very talented, intelligent bunch of young kids, so young adults, excuse me, you know what I'm saying, before they get at me. But without further ado, I want to introduce you to my 10th grade class, Academy for Social Action, Empire State Productions. What's good, y'all?
What's up?
Welcome to the Urban Wall Street Project, all right? Yeah. All right. So, you know, y'all are one of the few classes and few schools that I have the Young Producers program in. Many of you have already written scripts and done some directing and some acting and camera work. So I just want to talk about, you know, how the experience was for you. And even outside of just Young Producers, anything you may have learned from it that you think could benefit you as you move forward through, you know, high school and into college. So right now, my man, Young Kai, he's a talented young brother. He's an artist. He actually served in 2 videos, Triangle of Love and Prejudice and Pressure. So let's talk about it. How was the experience being a young producer for you, Khalid?
The experience for me being a young producer, it was actually kind of fun. I enjoyed being behind the camera, as well as sometimes being in front of the camera, and as well as directing and writing some of the scripts. It was a pretty fun thing to do.
Right. Now, you're an aspiring artist. Mm-hmm. You know, we see you do your thing. You can let them know your YouTube channel so they can check you out. And, you know, we're going to be bringing you back to spotlight it. But outside of, you know, just the actual creative aspect of it and being a young producer, is there anything that you took away from the program, even though you're still in it, anything you took away from the program that may not directly be related to, you know, writing and directing, but another aspect of, you know, just socialism that you learned from it?
Yeah, just basically learning more how to work with other people.
Right, very good. That's very important. Now, if anybody, now I know we have a director over here, my girl director at Triangle of Love, my girl Rihanna. She's over here. Pass the mic to my girl Rihanna. Now, what's up, Riri?
Hey. All
right. Now, you wrote an amazing script, and you definitely directed it. It's getting a lot of views on YouTube. And for those of you who don't know, we have an actual Young Producers YouTube channel now. I created it about 2 weeks ago. So there's a channel that's just featuring our videos. But let's talk about, you know, you as a young producer. You're a 10th grade student. Had you ever written or directed a script before?
No.
Okay, so you wrote a great script and then you directed it. When did you think, or didn't you start to believe, like, you know what, I think I can really get into this program and I'm going to take advantage of it?
After we finished the production and how people liked the script and the story, so.
Was it challenging to you writing the script? Did you know, like, when you came up with Triangle of Love, and you know, I know a lot of young people probably go through that, some older folks as well. But what made you decide on that particular storyline?
Being that we young and people go through that daily, so we was all in class and we all came up with something, and I just put ideas out there and everybody liked that idea, so I just went with that.
Okay. Now, how challenging? Now, when it comes to directing, did you find directing easy or was it a challenge?
It was a challenge.
What was one or two of the biggest challenges you faced with the directing?
The mistakes, like, you know, we had a lot of takes, we had to take it over, being that we was beginners, but it came out good though.
Any suggestions to another individual or a student that thinks they may want to get into writing or directing or into the Young Producers program? Would you recommend this program to other students?
Yes.
And what about the program, what aspects would, you know, lend you to suggest it to other students?
Like, they have to be patient and they have to learn how to work with other people. People who they might not be friends with or cool with in their class, they could come together with them and work with them. They could do some real good stuff. Right.
Now, have you gotten any feedback from friends or family members about your video? What's some of the feedback and comments you've gotten?
Everybody was just saying that how they liked the script because, you know, it's relatable. You know, people could relate.
Now, were there some co-writers? Were there some co-writers with Triangle of Love that's in here? Anybody in here?
Yeah, but she's not here.
She's not here, right? My girl with Brianna?
Kiana,
right? Then we have another script that we're going to working on. Then we have another script that's going to be coming real soon. We're talking about, you know, a lot of times there's some gender bias going on, there's discrimination because, you know, we feel certain people should be a certain way or another way, and we know that's not the world that we're living in. And this script is called it's a boy named Andy, so that's coming up soon. That's about to go into the editing block, so be looking out for that on the Young Producers channel. Where's my writers for A Boy Named Andy? Because I know the stars are here. Okay, so Stephanie, she's the writer and director. She's actually chilling in DR, you know, because it's, you know, spring break's coming up. So, but she has her supporting cast with her. Now, Andy is in the building, all right? So let's get my girl Andy. Capacities. She was playing a boy named Andy. She was playing Andy. Capacities, talk about this part and you know, what made you want to, you know, get into the script? Because I know Stephanie wrote the script, but it was definitely a group effort with all of you. What made you decide, you know, I want to take on this particular role?
Well, it wasn't really a decision. I just felt like I could do it, and it was interesting trying something new. So I liked it, so I just said I wanted to be Andy.
Now, when it comes to discrimination, do you see, whether it's in your school or during your daily walks and travels throughout Harlem or New York, do you see people being discriminated against?
Yes, a lot.
And I mean, how do you feel about it? Because I mean, you really got into this role. I'm gonna talk about some of the challenges you had with this role.
Well, to me, I don't like it personally because everybody's the same. Everybody's a human being, so I wouldn't like them doing that to other people. We're all the same. We're just different because we like different things.
Now, you played a boy. Have you ever played a boy before?
No.
Okay. What was it like trying to be, and I know your partner's right next to you, so what was it like, you know, trying to play that role, be in that role?
Well, one, I don't look like a boy, and it was hard for the walking and how I look. So, like, the dressing up part was not really that hard, but just the acting like a boy and actually looking like an actual boy, that was the little difficult part.
Now let's talk about did you have any challenges that you had to overcome working on this, doing this part?
Yes,
What's
the
some of your
kissing.
challenges? Huh?
The kissing scene.
Oh, the kiss scene, right. We had to make that.
That was a little difficult with us, so we worked on it hard, and we actually got it at the end.
Right. Now your partner right next to you, my boy Teddy, you know what I'm saying? So when y'all get on there, you know, let the people know your name, represent who you are, where you're from. And so this is Teddy, AKA
Nicole.
And Nicole played a boy too, you know, and they were college. So let me set the stage for you. This is a boy named Andy. It takes place, you know, in a college environment. And you know how things happen in the variety world, and one person befriends the next. So Nicole, you were playing, you know, the other person, Teddy. And let's talk about this character, you playing a boy. How was it for you playing a boy role?
It was hard for me because, well, I had to, you know, bring the swag and all of that, because in my character, I'm a boy, but I can't show that feminine side. So it was hard for me.
Now, outside of that, were there any other challenges that you faced working on this particular part?
Like she said, the kissing scene. You had to make it look real and actually like get in, step in the character's shoes and actually feel what he's feeling. And I thought that was really hard.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what is your feeling? You know, a lot of people have, you know, different opinions about, you know, gender bias and things of that nature. Have you ever experienced or seen anybody be a victim of a gender bias?
No.
No?
But I've seen it in my school, but not like daily.
All right. Now, we had some, the director wasn't now, we have some camera, who are some of the camera persons? Who served as camera persons on some of these productions? All right. Oh, I got my girl Rocky. So Rocky, yes, there we go, Rocky. So Rocky, you was a camera person. You served as a camera person on which particular video or videos?
Triangle of Love.
Triangle of Love. Had you ever, well, we all probably have shot a camcorder before, but what did you feel about, you know, serving as a camera person? Was it as easy or was it a little bit more challenging than you thought it might be?
It wasn't that hard because I'm used to cameras, but like, it was a good experience.
It was a good experience. What did you like about it?
Well, what I like about it is that I could get to see the video before it actually comes out. And I get to see the bloopers, the funny stuff before it actually happens.
Now that's a good point you said, because a lot of times we see television shows or we see movies, we see the final product, but you don't see all the different takes and all the bloopers and the mistakes that goes into it. So do you think you gather a greater appreciation being a part of the production in the process and then seeing the final product?
Yeah, it was a good experience.
All right. Now I have a couple of students from my outside class. Now my girl over here, my girl Deanna, she's in a Brick Squad, and she's working on a project, Young Entrepreneurs. And actually, she has some footage, so I might just create a little trailer for y'all to see the product that she was working on. But she's a very talented and passionate young lady. So let's talk about Young Entrepreneurs, you know, why you came up with that script, and what it means to you, just the whole field of entrepreneurialism.
Well, I had made young entrepreneurs because I see myself as a young entrepreneur, and basically the moral of the whole script was that no one can tell you you can't do something or underestimate you, because you can do anything you set your mind to. And
So as an entrepreneur, you did that. So what field of entrepreneurialism do you think you want to go in? What type of entrepreneur do you see yourself as?
I want to own my own business. I don't want to work for anyone.
And what type of business do you think that might be?
A talent agency.
Talent agency. And that's kind of what the theme was. We were looking for discovering talent. How challenging do you think it will be for you to accomplish that mission? Because it's definitely attainable. So what's do you have any strategies that you're actually implementing now as a 10th grade student or listening to prepare you for that field?
Of course. Even entering this program actually helped me with my writing, academics-wise, and building character. So I want to finish college, actually go to college, attend college, finish, and go into that field.
Okay. Now, I've got a lot of other people in the program. You know, I see them sitting in the back. I got my girl Annabelle. Let's do my girl Annabelle. So Annabelle, you know, you're part of a script that was written. Our girl, what's baby girl name?
Margarita.
Margarita, right? Forgive me, Margarita. Forgive me. She wrote an amazing script. It's 21 pages, very intense. And you were one of the writers of that script, right?
Yeah.
Now, just since we haven't gotten a chance to produce that script, I want you to talk about that whole process. Had you ever written a script before?
No, I do writing, but not specifically scripts.
Right. So you like to write.
I like to
So
write.
what is it about writing that pleases you?
Well, there's sometimes you can express yourself through writing, or just like express a message or something that you want to say that really doesn't come out as a daily life. So you just write it and make a message through it and express yourself through it too.
Now the script that y'all had written, it was kind of intense. You remember the title of it?
No.
It was teen pregnancy, right?
Yeah, it was about teen pregnancy.
It was about teen pregnancy, and it was really intense.
Yeah.
What was as writing that part, did you feel like, you know what, this topic might be a little bit, you know, too much, or might be too little, or did you feel it's appropriate for your age group and your peers right now?
I do think it's appropriate. Even though the message was teen pregnancy, we put about STDs and losing your partner during anything like war or whatever. So I do think it's for teenagers as well as for adults and kids to attain a message through it.
Okay. Now, how many of you could see yourself possibly being in the field of entertainment? How many people want to be in entertainment, whether it's behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, creating, because you know, creative content. So where's my people? Let me see the hands that want to be in that realm. Okay. So my girl Alondra, right? She wants to be in that. You want to get into entertainment. What aspect of entertainment do you want to get into?
Well, I personally like acting a little bit,
Okay.
and throughout this whole program, I had to a little bit of get to know the experience, what it would be like to be an actress.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, yeah, because you played the mother, right?
Yes,
And I'm gonna say
Andy.
I'm looking at some of the footage. You did a good job. You're real tough. Do you think it's all of you, for anybody can answer the question, you're in the process, some of you did acting, do you have a greater respect for individuals who are out there like in Hollywood and on TV, they're really going in, you're looking at movies and the movie's 2 hours and there's no cue cards, you know, you have to know those lines and then become that character and be believable, which is something I always say, you have to believe it. Was it challenging for you to be believable as a mom? Because you had to be a mom that really wasn't so supportive, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it was kind of difficult, as well as remembering the lines and getting into a character, because being a mother could be kind of tough, especially in situations that are not an everyday situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it is kind of difficult.
Okay. So you will see her, you know, it's my young producer right here. She's a star. We're checking for. We're gonna make something happen. So my people that want to be actors, you know, one of the things I want to do maybe next year or you know over the summer is I want to create a teen show. And, you know, how many people in here would be interested in producing a teen talk show? Like we have an audience and we're talking about teen issues, because that's the most important thing I want to address. You know, I don't think teenagers have the forum that they need to really address it. So, you know, while we have this forum, we only were able to do a few scripts. But anyone here, I mean, I'm sure everybody has, you know, feelings and passions about different situations that teens are going through, whether it's single mom, whether it's problems at home, whether it's, you know, trouble in school, different things. So anybody at this point, I want to give us, just kind of open it up to talk about, you know, you know, other issues and situations, because it's all about young producers. Young producers is creating content, producing it, but also it's about knowing what teens are thinking about, you know, what y'all are experiencing. So I want to ask you all, what's some of the things that you're experiencing as young people, whether in school or out of school, that you think needs to definitely be focused on by the media and just by community? Okay, I get Rihanna.
I think that we should talk about peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
I mean, like, things that students go through that's not really talked about, like teen pregnancy, drugs, all of that is already talked about, like stuff like teen stress.
Right, stress. How many people?
Weight.
Weight?
Yeah,
right.
like
so how many people experience teen
insecurity.
stress? How many of you have stressful situations? So we can talk about some of those situations. Wow, everybody's here. So I would like for everybody, you know, to at least, you know, present just one situation of stress. So as the mic comes around, just think about one situation that, you know, that causes you stress. So, and then you said weight. You meaning being underweight or overweight?
Both.
Both.
Insecurity. People could become insecure by their weight and how they look, because somebody might want you to look a certain way, and if you don't.
Right. And high school can be
yeah.
cruel, can it? All right. So let's talk about stress, because I know one of the big, first of all, stress is probably one of the leading killers of you know, our urban communities. People think it's bad eating, but you know, a lot of times you eat bad, you eat the wrong thing because you're stressing about a situation, and you eat to try to, you know, forget about it or counter it. So everybody had their hand up for stress. So somebody, I don't know, who wants to give me a, Isabel, she says stress. Give me a stressful situation, I'm sorry, give me a stressful situation in your life.
Like in school, you have to try to be, you know, what you want to be, like in college. And to work up for it, that's a lot of stress, because there's a lot of things that you have to do.
Right.
You know, get your grades up and everything like that.
Now, parental support. Do you have good parental support?
Yeah.
And how was your parents helpful when it comes to alleviating or helping you minimize or at least handle your stress?
It's not like they don't help me, but you know, they tell me if you want to do something good, you have to work for it. So that motivates me a lot.
Okay. We got another situation of stress, and we're going to come to something else too. Okay.
Something that's stressful right now for me is the change in school.
Okay,
like,
let's talk about it.
Anything.
We're all politically, you know, we're all politically correct.
Anything could happen. Like losing my principal that I've been used to for 3 years now. It's a real big change, and it's kind of stressful now because it's like she's not here anymore.
Right.
She was a big support, and when we first went through it, I just gave up. Like, I didn't want to do no work, being that she was gone.
Right.
I'm about to cry.
But it's all, that's fine. But you know what? But you know, you know what? That happens with so many situations. You know, whether it's school. Just imagine being at a job. You know, you've been working around people for 10, 15 years, and then the job gets bought by different persons, or that person move on, or you get a better position, and it's time for you to go and start all over. So, you know, that's kind of like, you know, your first introduction, if I will, into, you know, really being somebody that was important and being connected to, and losing it. So now you said, so we also said something about like weight. Stress. You have the stress. So we talk about weight, like, and I know that's a big issue. You know, whether it's be obesity, or a little bit overweight, not having the perfect shape, figure, height. So let's talk about. I want to address that too. You know, because these are topics that could potentially become, you know, scripts, video topics for, you know, future semesters and years to go on. So Aitasu, you want to talk about a situation of stress or a situation of weight, and how it may not be something that but something you experience. You might recognize how kids are ridiculed or ostracized because of their weight or their size.
I would use myself as an example, because I struggle with stress and not insecurities, but I struggle with the way I look, because I don't know, for some reason, I don't know, but the thing with media is sometimes they kind of feed you into that image that, like, the American people should be like, and then you get so fed up that you just start following. And I kind of deal with that. I don't really deal with it, but I sort of have an image that I should look like, and sometimes I starve myself, like, just to try to really be in that image. But the positive thing about it is that I have friends that tell me that I don't look like that. And then so it kind of helps me out a lot.
Definitely. I'm going to tell you, you're a beautiful girl. So
Thank
here's
you.
the thing. There is no, to me in America, there is no a right size, a wrong size. There's no right height or wrong height. You know, everybody's different. If everybody was, you know, 6'2", body was tight, then we wouldn't look different. It would be boring. If everybody was skinny, it would be boring. If everybody was fat, it would be boring. So I think, you know, we need that. We need, it's like Skittles. You know, if you had one color, it'd be whack. You need that mixture of variety of people. And I do kind of understand, and I can say empathize, because I mean, I don't know that I've ever, I mean, I used to be slim. I'm not the biggest person now. I may have wanted to be taller, but actually now I think I'm perfect, you know, right now. I really love who I am. And I mean, and it takes time, I mean, you know, it takes time. You have to believe that, because here's the thing. If you say, oh, I want to be 6'3", you're not going to be 6'3". So what's the point of wanting something that, you know, you're really not going to have? But that's definitely real. And unfortunately, you know, American society does want to paint a picture of what is perfect and what should be and what shouldn't be. And I'm gonna tell you, most of, to me, what America thinks is just beautiful, you know, it leaves a lot to be desired for me, but that's a whole nother situation. So anybody else ever battle with, you know, being ridiculed because maybe you're too small or too, okay, then we can go to Kirsis.
Well, it's like, when you're skinny or you have the right figure, everybody's okay, cool with it. But once they see you start gaining weight, they want to keep their own conclusions and start their own rumors or say stuff. And it's like, it's a lot of pressure for kids, because then they want to lose the weight because they don't want to be talked about, or they just don't want to be singled out. They want to be in the mix, be in the group.
So, and what do you think can help teens deal with that situation? Because unfortunately, you know, you may not have as many mentors as necessary for each situation, but what do you think can help students, you know, kind of overcome some of those adversities that they deal with on a daily?
Like, to me, I'm an example of that.
Okay.
I start gaining weight a lot. And it's like, just try to ignore it, be happy with who you are, and just be yourself. Don't worry about what other people think, because they're not the one paying your bills or helping you go through things or telling or supporting you in different situations. So just be you.
Very good. Now we have another person in the studio that's really kind of silent right now, and she's off to the side, so I'm putting her on full blast because it's Miss Bam. So she's going to come on to the set right now, you know, and she's going to come sit with her group of kids, and she's going to talk about, you know, I've known Miss Bam for a couple of years, since ASA opened. I was probably one of the first programs to be in the school, so I was blessed to be in it a few times. So yes, come on over. We're gonna get Miss Bam Jamal, you know, and this is Miss Bam. She's a vice principal over at ASA. So make sure we get a good shot of this beautiful woman right here. Yes, I had to do it. So Miss Bam, welcome to the show. I'm so happy that you suggested that I bring the kids on this trip. But you know, I've known you for 4 years since the school opened, and you've seen your 6th graders, your 7th graders, 11th, 12th, just about everybody we've covered just about now. And how do you view this program as you've seen it grow in your school?
I believe that this program offers the kids a stronger foundation. It gives them some type of hope, but it also gives them the experience that they can go off on their journeys with something more than just book knowledge. To be able to be a part of the hands-on experience, it gives them a choice in different directions for what careers they want to be. But it also opens them up to many other things, because I'm sitting on the side and I'm just listening to the various topics, and it's amazing. And I need to say that sitting there and thinking and listening to you guys, I realize that in these 4 years, we've given you a great foundation. You guys are very trilingual. And, you know, even though I may have been sitting on the side and I'm listening, believe me, someone else knows what y'all doing also. And we were sharing just now the fact that the trilingual, the foundation that we've given y'all in the 4 years, that you make us proud. Very proud to know that you're going to take something with you and you're going to go off and you're going to be members of society, including you, Khalik, sitting up there as the only male in the audience today, you know, and that's real good, because we need to get the males, you know, involved a little bit more. But guess what? You know, we were talking when we were walking here, and Khalik being the only male in the group, I said, well, Khalik, you could lay back here, you could get in the middle, you could walk up front with Mr. Earl, you know, you stand out today. And you continuously stand out, a group amongst us females that's all here, the 15 females, right, ladies? But as we know, no offense, colleague, but we're stronger, right, ladies?
I mean, yeah, we can't deny it. I mean, numbers, what Jay-Z say, people lie, men lie, women, but numbers don't lie. You got 15-to-1 ratio. Now, on Howard's campus, this was a beautiful look, 15-to-1, it could be a good situation because somebody might not, it might be 30-for-1. But, time moves and I've really had a good time doing this. But, we have about 2 minutes. And I want to wrap it up, so I want to give anybody and everybody that had the chance to say something, whether you've said something you want something you want to put out there, a thought, or expression, I should say, a proclamation, something that could benefit the next generation. Because how many of us have younger siblings? All right, so we've all gone through things, experiences that we wish we could have avoided. So real quickly, in 10 or 20 seconds, if there's a comment you'd like to share with somebody, a younger sibling, or remember, the Urban Wall Street and Young Producers is global. So we're talking to the world right now. Deanna.
Well, I would like to say, the sky is not the limit is what you make it. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do something, because you can. That's what I wanted to tell everyone.
Okay, and I got my man Khalik over here.
I would just say, don't be afraid to step out of the box, try things, different things, new things, because before Urban Wall Street or whatever came to school, I really wasn't focused on acting. I was more on the music side, but now that I've been a part of this program, it really opened up a new field. So I'll just say, just try new things, broaden your horizons.
All right. And lastly, anybody else? My girl, Rihanna?
Yeah, the same thing that Khalik said, I was going to say. Try new things, because the same thing for me. I wasn't into no writing, acting. I mean, I write, but scripts I wouldn't do because, I just thought I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. And then after people saw my film, they got nice little feedback. Now I want to do more of this, so.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, it is. Is that the last anybody else? Well, listen. I got mad love for y'all. I enjoy y'all, thoroughly. Hopefully we can continue working. Whatever Urban Wall Street and Mr. C could do for you, I'm here. That's why I do this. So y'all are all my extended family. Urban Wall Street, my audience, as I always say, my goal is to empower people, to inspire you, to educate you, to motivate you to be the best you. Like my young producer said, the sky's not the limit, you're the limit. You know what I'm saying? Said it. Space, the stratosphere, the atmosphere, wherever it is. As I always say in closing, be mindful, be prosperous, keep your head up. You can do whatever you want to do. Surround yourself with positive people. Check out youngproducers.net. It's some amazing products coming from the kids. Until next time, peace.